The first week of preseason testing has come to a close, and after 3 days of intense running in Bahrain, one team has emerged as a major topic of conversation, not for making the loudest noise, but for its quiet competence. Ferrari, the iconic Italian team, arrived at the test with a mountain of pressure on their shoulders after a deeply disappointing 2025 season where they slipped from being championship contenders in 2024 to a distant fourth in the constructors' standings. The team from Maranello is desperate to return to the front of the grid. The early signs from the Bahrain desert are not just positive, they are genuinely exciting. Ferrari has shown impressive reliability, shockingly strong race pace, and a car that appears to be a solid foundation to build upon for the long season ahead. But as is always the case in the complex world of Formula One, the real story is much more detailed than just the final lap times. Let's take a deep dive into everything we learned about Ferrari during the crucial first test in Bahrain. The single most important takeaway for Ferrari from the 3 days of testing is their incredible reliability. In a year where every single component on the cars is brand new, from the power units to the chassis and aerodynamics, simply being able to run without major issues is a colossal advantage. Ferrari team boss Fred Vasseur confirmed that the team had completed over 4,500 kilometers of running between their initial shakedown in Barcelona and the test in Bahrain. This is a massive amount of mileage, more than almost any other team on the grid. This trouble-free running has allowed the team to gather a huge treasure trove of data, helping them to understand their new car, the SF26, in great detail. This smooth operation is a stark contrast to some of their biggest rivals. Both Red Bull and Mercedes, the teams that have dominated the sport for years, lost significant and valuable track time due to serious mechanical problems, including hydraulic leaks and the need for complete engine changes. The rumor in the paddock, a place where secrets rarely stay secret for long, is that the engine in Lewis Hamilton's car when he had a minor stop at the very end of the final day was the exact same engine that had been in the car since the first shakedown in Barcelona weeks earlier. If that is true, it is a remarkable testament to the strength and durability of the new Ferrari power unit. While the team is working hard to downplay their performance and keep expectations in check, the data from their long-distance race simulations tells a very different and very exciting story. On the final day of the test, Lewis Hamilton completed a full race simulation that was, according to detailed analysis by experts, the fastest of any driver all week. This is a huge indicator of the car's true potential. While single-lap qualifying pace is what often grabs the headlines, it is consistent, fast race pace that wins championships. Ted Kravitz of Sky Sports, a highly respected voice in the F1 paddock, was clearly impressed. It suggests that underneath the calm and focused exterior of the Ferrari team, there is a real, growing belief that they have a car that can fight for victories right from the start of the season. This powerful race pace is even more impressive when you consider that Hamilton himself was not entirely happy with the car at the very beginning of the test. On the first day, he complained about a significant lack of grip, famously saying the car felt like it belonged in a junior category like GP2. This sent a wave of concern through the team's passionate fan base. However, Ferrari responded immediately. The team brought a significant upgrade package for the second day of the test, including a new floor, a new front wing, and a new diffuser. This collection of new parts seems to have completely transformed the car. For Hamilton to go from complaining about a shocking lack of grip to setting the fastest race pace of the entire week shows that the team is able to understand and solve problems incredibly quickly. This ability to develop the car and respond to driver feedback is one of the most important qualities of a championship-winning team, and it's a very positive sign for Ferrari's 2026 campaign. However, the picture is not entirely perfect for the Maranello squad. One characteristic of the new SF26 that has been noted by multiple trackside observers is a certain amount of rear-end instability. The car has looked a bit wild and unpredictable in the corners at times, with both Hamilton and Leclerc having to use all their skill to keep it under control. While Charles Leclerc is known for his incredible natural talent and his ability to handle a car with a loose or unstable rear end, this could be a much bigger problem for Lewis Hamilton. Throughout his long and successful career, Hamilton has always preferred a car with a very stable and predictable rear end. This planted feeling allows him to attack the corners with maximum confidence, knowing exactly how the car will react. If Ferrari can't find a way to calm down the rear of the SF26, it could be a significant limitation for their star driver. Finding a car balance that suits both drivers will be a top priority for the Ferrari engineers in the final test and the opening races of the season. Adding another layer of complexity to Ferrari's season is the unexpected situation with Lewis Hamilton's race engineer. The relationship between a driver and their race engineer is one of the most important and intimate in all of sports. The engineer is the driver's main link to the team, providing crucial information and strategy during the race. Just a week before the launch of the new car, Ferrari announced that Riccardo Adami, who was Hamilton's race engineer during his difficult first season with the team in 2025, was being moved to a new role. For the Bahrain test and the opening races of the 2026 season, Hamilton is working with Carlos Santi, an experienced engineer who was previously Kimi Raikkonen's race engineer. However, this is only a temporary fix. Hamilton has admitted that the team has already found a permanent replacement for Adami, but that person is likely on gardening leave from another team and won't be able to start for several races. This means that Hamilton, in a crucial year with a new car, will have to change his primary engineering contact again early in the season. This is far from ideal. Hamilton himself has called the situation detrimental to his championship hopes. It's a significant challenge that Hamilton will have to overcome, and an unnecessary complication at the start of a very important season for both him and the team. While Ferrari has been quietly and effectively going about their business, they have also been keeping a very close eye on their rivals. Charles Leclerc, now the established driver at Ferrari, has been very vocal in his belief that Mercedes is hiding a massive amount of performance. This is a classic example of the F1 mind games, where every team tries to deflect pressure and paint their rivals as the favorites. However, Leclerc's comments are backed up by the evidence on track. Mercedes topped the timesheets on the final day of the test with a stunning 1-2 finish, with their rookie driver Kimi Antonelli setting the fastest time of the entire week. This impressive performance came after 2 days of the team claiming they were on the back foot and having a reality check. Leclerc has been in Formula One long enough to know that you can't trust the headline times in testing, and he is fully expecting Mercedes to be a major threat when the racing starts for real. So, what is the final verdict on Ferrari after the first preseason test? The signs are overwhelmingly positive. They have a car that is incredibly reliable, which is perhaps the most important asset of all with the brand new 2026 regulations. They have shown that they have very strong race pace, which is the true measure of a championship contender. They have a driver pairing that is arguably the best on the grid, pushing each other to the absolute limit. However, there are still some important question marks. The rear-end instability of the car is a genuine concern, especially for a driver like Lewis Hamilton, who relies on confidence in the rear of the car. The race engineer situation is an unwelcome distraction that could hamper the start of Hamilton's season, and the threat from their rivals, especially a potentially sandbagging Mercedes team, is very real and cannot be underestimated. Team boss Fred Vasseur is doing his best to remain calm and focused. He knows that the development race this year will be incredibly intense, and he is expecting all the teams to bring huge upgrades to the next test and to the first race in Melbourne. He is happy that Ferrari is not the center of all the media attention right now, saying with a smile, "What is mega good is that nobody is speaking about us." But if the performance they have shown in testing is real, it won't be long before everyone is talking about Ferrari. The sleeping giant of Formula One may finally be waking up. The next few weeks will be crucial as the team analyzes the mountains of data from Bahrain and prepares for the final preseason test. But for the first time in a long time, there is a real, tangible sense of optimism and excitement coming out of Maranello. The journey to the 2026 championship has only just begun, but Ferrari has made it clear to the entire world that they are ready to fight. To truly appreciate Ferrari's strong start, we need to understand the scale of the challenge presented by the 2026 regulations. These are not just small changes. This is a complete revolution for the sport. The power units now have a 50-50 split between the power from the traditional internal combustion engine and the electrical power from the hybrid system. The complex MGU-H, which recovered energy from the turbocharger, has been removed, making the energy management a completely different puzzle to solve. The cars are also running on 100% sustainable fuels for the first time. On top of all that, the aerodynamics are completely new, with active aero on both the front and rear wings designed to reduce drag on the straights. For a team to build a car that is not only fast, but also incredibly reliable under these new rules is a monumental achievement. Ferrari's 4,500 trouble-free kilometers are not just a number, they are a statement of engineering excellence. The driver dynamic at Ferrari is another key factor. In Charles Leclerc, they have one of the fastest drivers of his generation, a man who has grown with the team and knows its unique pressures. Now, alongside him is Lewis Hamilton, a 7-time world champion. This creates a powerful combination, but also a potential for fireworks. If they can find a setup that works for both drivers, they will be an unstoppable force. Fred Vassar's leadership will be key to managing this dynamic and the immense pressure that comes with leading Ferrari. His calm, no-nonsense approach is a world away from some of the more volatile leadership styles seen at Maranello in the past. He is shielding the team from the media hype, keeping them focused on the job at hand. His comment about being happy that nobody is talking about Ferrari is a masterclass in expectation management. He knows that in the past, Ferrari has often crumbled under the weight of being the preseason favorite. By letting Mercedes and Red Bull take the spotlight, he is creating a calmer environment for his team to work in. This could be one of his most important contributions to their 2026 title challenge. Finally, let's not forget the context of the rest of the grid. The problems for Red Bull and Mercedes are significant. While they are both world-class teams who will undoubtedly solve their issues, they have lost valuable time. In a development race as intense as this one, every hour of track time is precious. Ferrari has used that time to build a solid foundation of knowledge and data. This head start could be crucial in the opening races. If Ferrari can come out of the blocks with a string of strong results while their rivals are still playing catch-up, it could set the tone for the entire championship. The battle is far from over, but after the first test, Ferrari has positioned itself perfectly. They are reliable, they are fast, and they are hungry for success. The red cars are back, and the 2026 Formula One season is shaping up to be an absolute classic. To add even more depth to our analysis, let's explore some of the side stories and technical details that paint a fuller picture of Ferrari's position. The performance of the other Ferrari-powered teams, for instance, provides crucial supporting evidence for the strength of the new power unit. The Haas team had a very strong test, completing many laps and showing respectable pace. This indicates that the Ferrari power unit is not just strong in the factory team's car, but is a solid performer across the board. While the Cadillac team did experience some issues, including a couple of red flags, these problems appeared to be specific to the team's own chassis and systems, rather than a fundamental flaw in the Ferrari engine itself. This is good news for Maranello, as it suggests their core power unit design is sound. Another layer of intrigue is the ongoing political battle over the engine regulations. There has been a lot of talk about a potential loophole in the rules that Mercedes may have exploited. This has led to a group of rival manufacturers, including Ferrari, Red Bull, Honda, and Audi, pushing the FIA for a rule clarification or change. If the rules are changed to close this loophole, it could significantly impact Mercedes' performance and in turn boost the competitiveness of teams like Ferrari. This political maneuvering is a constant feature of Formula One, and it's a battle that is fought in meeting rooms and technical directives, not just on the racetrack. Ferrari's strong position in this debate as part of a powerful alliance of manufacturers could pay dividends later in the season. Let's also revisit the topic of Lewis Hamilton's adaptation to the team. His 2025 season was, by his own incredibly high standards, a disaster. It was the first time in his entire Formula One career that he went a full season without a single podium finish. He scored just 156 points compared to Leclerc's 242, finishing a distant 6th in the championship. This experience has undoubtedly made him more determined than ever to succeed with Ferrari. His move to the legendary Italian team was a huge statement, and he is not there to make up the numbers. He is there to win an 8th world championship. This hunger and determination, combined with his immense experience, will be a powerful driving force within the team. The fact that he was able to overcome his initial discomfort with the car and set the fastest race pace of the test is a clear sign that he is already gelling with the team and is ready to lead their charge. The technical challenge of the rear instability is worth a closer look. All things considered, Ferrari leaves the first Bahrain test in a very strong position. They have the pace, the reliability, and the motivation to challenge for the 2026 championship. The challenges they face, from the rear instability to the race engineer situation, are real but manageable. The second test in Bahrain, starting on February 18th, will be the next opportunity for the team to fine-tune the SF26 and prepare for the first race in Melbourne. If they can continue to build on the progress they have made so far, the 2026 season could be the year that Ferrari finally returns to the top of Formula One. The Tifosi are dreaming, and for once, the data suggests those dreams might just come true. We will be watching very closely.